at the event that I just came back from, like, I don't like speaking. Speaking gives me anxiety. You know, I'm introverted, I'm shy, I don't like getting up on stage. It requires a lot of courage for me to get up and do that kind of stuff. But what I love is the hallway afterwards. So after you speak, everybody comes up to you and then asks you questions. And that's my favorite, just jamming with people and helping them, because sometimes in a 4-minute conversation, you say the right thing, you give them a little direction, and that could dramatically change their life in a positive way. And I've seen it enough times where people come back 4, 5, 6 years later and tell you, like, that 2-minute conversation or 8-minute conversation in the hallway of Las Vegas, that was the moment where everything changed for me. And that's, for me, the best. And so I want to try to help people believe in themselves more, and also encourage them to give that to their friends and their community, right? If you level up, you will naturally level up the people around you as well, where people look at you and say, how are you doing this? Like, how did you, from where you came from, how are you doing this right now? That leads to curiosity. And so being able to put, you know, all these awesome people out there who are having ripple effects out in their communities, I think that's how we change the world.
That's great. And I guess just around that too, like you mentioned, you're an introvert. I mean, again, not to kind of throw your credentials around, but you're named by Inc. as one of the great leadership speakers. I mean, you got a massive following, 3.5 million people on YouTube, and books. I could go on and on and on. But the thing is, like, for you to do all that, and we kind of talked about this, about showing up, but as an introvert, like, you know, what advice do you have for people who kind of wrestle with needing to, you know, fight that constantly and have a bit of insecurity around that?
This is the biggest fight, Allan, that I got into with my agent. So I have the same agent as Grant Cardone and Mel Robbins and a bunch of, you know, big name people. And for, I don't know, maybe 5 years we would fight, and he'd tell me, Evan, you need to be famous. Like, Steve, I don't want to be famous. Like, I have no need to be famous. Makes me not happy. Like, I have no need to be famous. I said, no, you need to be famous. And then it finally sunk in that if more people know you, more people will know your message. And as soon as he tied it to service, and maybe it was him using the right words or me just finally listening, you know, it's probably a combination of both, you know, in those years, when I realized the more people know me, the more people know the message. Once we tied it to service, then it became an unlock. And so the fact that I'm introverted, and any introverts, you know, watching, listening, you still want to serve. You still want to help. You know, we all want to wake up every day and feel like today is going to matter, that we're going to do something today that will matter, whether it's an interview show, a product, a service, showing up at your job. Like, we want to feel like we're going to do something that will matter to another human being. And, you know, Allan and I, we want to serve the world. We want to have a big impact. And for you watching, maybe that's not you. Maybe you just want to impact, you know, the closest people around you, but everybody wants to feel like they're going to do something today that will matter to other people. So we still want to serve. And so as an introvert, that really helped me. You know, when I'm at the event yesterday and I pull back the curtain, you got 1,000 people in the audience, and I'm the guy going, like, just before Gary Vee is going to come on stage, it's like your heart starts pounding. It's like, you know what? I'm here to serve these people, though. You know, I'm here to try to help them. And anytime I can tie it back to service, it just gives me the courage to move forward, because I think we'll do more for other people than we will for ourselves. And so it's using that in a positive way to be able to go off and spread your message.
Yeah, that's amazing. Again, it's having that authentic why as like the reasoning to drive you past all those discomforts.